Please subscribe and don't forget to click on the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Hi, today I'm going to make chocolate dried pear. I got this amazing bag of dried pears from Allegro. I'll put a link to my video about Allegro here. And this was 14 francs, which is amazing. It's so many pears and these are so good. They're really yummy. They have like a nice chewy texture to them. So what I'm going to do is chop them up and use my chocolate cookie recipe and put them in that. Now this chocolate cookie recipe is really flexible, so you can add in, instead of pears, you can use walnuts or white chocolate or peanuts or macadamia nuts or whatever you want to put into it. But the basic recipe is the chocolate cookie, which is amazing. So the recipe requires 40 grams of normal flour, which is very, very little. It's like a spoonful. It's easy to replace it with a gluten-free flour. Last time I made it for somebody who was had an allergy, I replaced it. I did 20 grams of rice flour and 20 grams of corn flour, and it was a little bit weak in the texture. So because I think when you use gluten-free flour, you should use a little bit more than what the recipe requires for normal flour. So maybe I should have done like 50 or 60 grams instead total. But it was fine. They said it was the best cookies they've ever had, so I'm not going to complain about that. But honestly, this is such an easy recipe to do. I'm going to put it together today. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and I'm going to cook it tomorrow morning because I've got people coming over and I want to cook it so it's nice and hot and the chocolate chips are gooey, and then in the afternoon they'll still be warm and textured. If I make them today, they'll still be excellent tomorrow, but it's just not quite the same thing. And I think sometimes when you rest the recipe a little bit, it does give a better texture to it as well. Although I've never had anybody complain about any different ways I'd make this. So basically, I'm just gonna I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna just film putting the recipe together. I will put the recipe in the description below. So if you're interested in making these yourself, go ahead. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It really helps me out a lot. At the moment, I'm just around 500 subscribers, and I would love a few more of you to subscribe. So please do that if you don't mind. And also, if you have any comments, or if you've made the recipe, or if you have any differences or questions, please make those in the comments below. All right, so tomorrow I will take a picture of the finished cookies. So this recipe is actually the single recipe that I'm going to be putting down in the description. I'm actually doubling it. So instead of putting 40 grams of flour, I'm going to be putting 80. Instead of 50 grams of cocoa, I'm going to be putting 100 grams of cocoa. So just if you want to do the same as me, then just double everything. And believe me, you can always leave it in the freezer. I've frozen it before and cooked it afterwards, and it came out great as well. So it's no problem at all. Okay, so the idea is it has tons of fruit in it, so there's lots of chocolate chips and any extra bit. So basically, it's the same recipe for everything except the pear here. So you can replace that by walnuts, cut up white chocolate, You could put it peanuts, you could put dried, any kind of dried fruit that you want, or you could leave it out. It doesn't change the texture of the cookie. The mixture all ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I will push it down so that it's a little bit flatter, and I will refrigerate it, and then tomorrow I can just break it apart and make my cookies. Okay, I've put it in my Ziploc bag and I've pressed it down like this. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and then tomorrow when I take it out, I can just cut it into little squares, roll it up to little balls, and put it in the oven. Okay, it's the morning now, and I have taken my bag of cookie dough out, and the oven is preheated, and it came out hard, and now it's like slightly malleable. So I'm going to cut this in half, and I'll do one half on the tray, and then I'll do a second one later. Okay, I have cut it into 18. So it's 18 cookies for one recipe, and this is the other one. So that's been 13 minutes and they look ready. They're not making that little grizzly sound anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to take these and just make them into a bowl and just place them like that. So I did 6 by 3 on here. Okay, second batch is ready. That's how it should look. There. And I just scoop them up and put them on the cooling rack. And then they'll be yummy, delicious chocolate dried pear. You can use any kind of dried fruit. You can use, like I said, nuts, whatever you want. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click on the little thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and click on the little notification bell, and it will allow you to receive information when I post a new video. See you soon. Bye.